I've accepted the truth that you were once Anakin Skywalker, my father.
That name no longer has any meaning for me.
It is the name of your true self you've only forgotten.
We would be honored if you would join us.
From the beginning of his conflict, we saw there was a hunger for more power and respect from Anakin Skywalker. This can be noted in his kneeled transformation to Darth Vader at Emperor Palpatine's feet. The sole reason he turned to the dark side, as stated in his words from the book The Rise of Darth Vader by James Luceno, Vader is very much conscious that his allegiance to the Emperor was purely in exchange for the knowledge to save Padme from death.
I will do whatever you ask. Just help me save Padme's life. I can't live without her.
This was his reason to kill the Jedi and the younglings as explained in previous videos. However, once his turn into the masked mechanical Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker is countlessly noted as dead. He is referred to in the third person by both Palpatine and Vader himself upon his recollection of Anakin's past life. Not only this, but Vader sees himself as an entirely different person, and even goes as far as claiming to have killed Anakin Skywalker, as we can see in the Darth Vader comic, where he goes over the transformation in his mind at the hand of Silo, a character who's insignificant to this video. It's quite clear that Vader views himself as killing Anakin, throwing him into the lava. Prior to this, when he reminisces over Anakin and Obi-Wan's duel, he imagines Kenobi throwing Anakin into the lava on Mustafar, and from it, the emergence and birth of Darth Vader. This is extremely symbolic, as it shows the fire and magma as a metaphor for pain and suffering, yet emerging from it, new life. Hardened and unscathed, shows his emotional and mental fortitude, the strength within him that allows him to be reborn like a phoenix after passing the test of his inauguration into the dark side. These are all signs and definitions of schizophrenia. The person who put these thoughts into his head is Palpatine, who refers to him multiple times as someone who has no connection to Anakin Skywalker. We can see it many times throughout the movies, comics, and the books.
I have no doubt this boy is the offspring of Anakin Skywalker.
How is that possible?
This fixation on Kenobi that is a part of you that is still Skywalker. You must purge it from yourself. Anakin Skywalker is dead. Only Darth Vader lives.
It will be as you command, my master.
Good. Let us get on with the serious matters regarding our empire. There is much to do.
Anakin often showed impulsive behavior and had difficulty controlling his anger, which leads to his two dissociative episodes. The first being when he was exterminating the Sand People after his mother's death. And the other when he killed all of the Jedi younglings. There is a massive disassociation with oneself in order to do this. Anakin was going to have a child. He knew this. He valued life and children, yet pretended he was a fly on the wall as he watched himself slaughter his friends and the younglings. To further our evidence, I did some research and found out that Vader is actually a really popular topic for medical students to do their thesis on, and for actual psychologists to examine. Psychologists have analyzed the behavior of Vader and determined that he checked 6 out of 9 criteria for border personality disorder, which you only need to meet 5 in order to be diagnosed. His betrayal of the Jedi, killing younglings, slaughtering Tusken Raiders against the Jedi way, and failing to prevent his wife from death are all enough reasons for Anakin to suffer an identity crisis, and therefore feeling more comfortable when changing his name to Darth Vader, donning the mask and suit, and now becoming a completely different person to himself and others. So to draw out of this analysis for a second, have you ever gotten something as mere as a haircut or a new piece of clothing that you felt made you different, or perhaps more outgoing and confident? The same can be said with the opposite, and this is exactly what happened to Vader. His identity change is what kept him most loyal to Palpatine, as he had no one left, just like Maul, who saw Sidious as a father.
You have been well trained, my young apprentice. They will be no match for you.
Vader was even more inclined to stay under his master's command now that he was damaged physically and mentally, using Palpatine just as much as he used Vader, only one for moral support to feel wanted and needed, and the other for power. The fact that he had this constant battle in his mind, back and forth with killing Anakin, yet thinking of Padme, is the one sliver of Anakin that remained within him, and ultimately allowed Anakin to be powerful enough to return at the end of Return of the Jedi when he saw his son. When he saw Luke being killed at the hands of the Emperor, this sparked something in him. It was Luke's love that caused Vader to see who he really is behind the mask and finally kill Vader, becoming Anakin once again. In your opinion, do you think Anakin suffered from personality dissociation? Or was Vader just crazy and power hungry? I mean, the fact that we refer to them as almost two different identities proves very much that he is seen as two different people within the same body. It makes me wonder if he got psychological treatment, would he have turned? I hope this put a little bit of insight on Vader's personality and his psychology in general. Let me know what you all think below. Now, onto the CGI topic. I've seen some of the rendered images for Vader vs. Hulk, particularly a certain scene that I don't want to reveal until its launch. It's looking really good, that's all I'm gonna say. Beyond my expectations, that's for sure, and I'm really excited to show you all. With that said, in the next few days, What If Darth Maul Was a Jedi fanfiction will be dropping on the channel, completely remastered, and the end fight scene will be fully animated in low poly. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I wish you all a great day or night, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's episode of Star Wars Theory. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
The Force will be with you. Always.
Now, fulfill your destiny.